So we've got everything here that we need to make our little bumblebee. So we've got your wings and your yarn. We've got the little egg box piece. We've got this piece which we're going to use to write a message on if you want to add a message. And then I've just got some yellow paint and some of the glitter paint. So to begin with, I'm just going to start by painting all of the yellow on the bumblebee. Now for this one I'm just using a sponge just to get all my paint on there really nice and quickly. So this is just a normal sponge, like dish sponge, that I've just cut up into like a little block just so I can dab all my paint on and just get it painted nice and fast. You can use a paintbrush as well, but this is just a slightly quicker way of kind of getting all of it covered. So I've got all of those yellow gaps now. So that one's all painted. So I'm going to pop that one just to one side to dry. And whilst that one's drying, we're just going to do some things on the other pieces that we need. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the glitter glue. And I'm just going to use the glitter glue on the wings of my bumblebee. Just to kind of add a little bit of extra sparkle, because we always like an extra bit of sparkle where we can get it. So I'm just going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to paint this glitter glue over the top. Obviously you could decorate yours with sequins as well if you want to, or you could even have some fun and do a bit of finger painting on there. This is your bumblebee, so you can get really kind of creative with whatever you want to do. Okay, so there are my wings all decorated. So as well, I'm going to pop those just on the windowsill over here just to dry off a bit. And whilst they're drying, we're going to grab a pen for this next bit, and we're just going to add a little message onto our little card here. So I'm making this one for Mother's Day, but obviously you don't have to do this for Mother's Day at all. You could add your own little message on there, or just maybe like a little picture. It's completely up to you, or you could just leave this piece off. But what I'm going to write, I'm just going to write happy. It's going to be with a B, so I'm going to do happy Mother's Day. And then I'm going to put some kisses on mine as well. And then what we're going to do, once we've got our other bits a bit drier, is we're just going to stick that one on the bottom there. But to make it a little bit curly, this one's got a bit squashed, but to make this nice and curly, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pen or pencil, whatever you're using, and I'm just going to wrap that round there, so that when you uncurl it, that is kind of how it looks. So it kind of almost looks like it's like the travel that the bee has done. So it kind of adds to the idea that this little bee is just flying through the sky on a summer's day. So I'm just going to wait for my egg box to dry off a little bit more, and then when we come back we will get started on the black pieces and doing some sticking on there as well. Okay, so my bumblebee pieces are looking pretty dry now, so I can go ahead and start adding the next bits onto the bumblebee. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my little yarn balls, and we're going to wrap this around the smaller parts of the egg box. So I'm just going to start from the middle. So I'm going to hold that one in the middle there, and we're just going to wrap round until we've used up all of our yarn. There we go. And then you can either tie this in a little knot, or you can just glue it to the inside of the egg box just to hold that in place. There we go. And we're going to do the same with the other one. Right, so that one is all done now. So I'm going to take my glue next and I'm going to stick on the eyes. So I've got my little googly eyes here. So I'm going to use the wrong end of my paintbrush and I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue just on the back of that eye. And then we're going to stick that one just on the front there. We're going to do the same with the other one. And then I'm going to draw on his mouth just with my pen. He's going to be a happy bee, so he's just going to have a little smiley mouth there. Okay, and then we're going to add on our little message. So to add this one on, I'm just going to do a little kind of like strip of glue just along the top there. And then I'm going to stick that just inside here. Inside his bottom. And then, oh, if he wants to stick. There we go. And then we're just going to finish him off with a little bit of glue right in the middle here, just to stick the wings on top. And just make sure when you're gluing this bit, on my one I've got a little dimple in the middle, so I need to make sure that I get the glue on the kind of raised bits as well as that little dimple to make sure that these wings stick down nicely. And there we go. There is our little happy bumblebee. All done. Alright, thanks so much for joining us for this video, guys, and we'll see you at the next one.